Trucking, what's happening? This is Lyrics and Lies with your boy Money Green.
And Shay on the mic.
Yeah, and I don't want to get in the habit of saying your boy this or your boy that because I always hear other people do that. Nevertheless, Money Green is here, and we are going to talk about this situation, and it's inspired by Young Buck. So you all know Young Buck from being a third of G Unit. You had 50 Cent, Lloyd Banks, and then Young Buck. Y'all had a game all to the side. But Young Buck was a soldier out the group. He was like the hardcore person, the person who would step up when it's time to confront somebody that stepped out of line. I remember Dr. Dre and Suge Knight. I guess Suge Knight was trying to bully Dr. Dre or whatever. Some of his crew stepped up to Aftermath and Dr. Dre's crew. And Young Buck jumped in there and allegedly stabbed somebody with a fork or a knife, whatever they had at the Vibe Awards. Nevertheless, Young Buck is the man when it came to that. Shorty Wanna Ride With Me and all these other songs he put out. It's been on the thug side of the rap game, hardcore side, the take no shit side. But recently, he was called out by a quote unquote transgender about some sexual goings on between the two of them. So someone put a video out of Young Buck about to be orally pleasured by this quote unquote transgender. And I say quote unquote because we're not sure if the person in question, if the man in question had surgery to become a woman. So it could be a transgender, which is a person who had the surgery, I guess, or a man in a wig, so a cross-dresser, or a person who's living the life of a woman and aspires to be a woman one day, but it's still a man, still has the male parts, or what have you. So the question is, what is it that's stopping Young Buck or any other rapper from saying, yes, okay, I am bisexual, or I do dabble a little bit when it comes to male on male? I'm at a loss. You gotta help me here. Male on male interaction, male on male sexual interaction. I don't even know if that's the proper term.
We're going to use that, though. We're going to go with that.
All right, I appreciate that. What is it that's stopping him? Because Young Buck is on audio telling this woman, we're going to call her a woman. Young Buck is on audio telling this woman or the transgender. He'll pay her $2,000 to take the video down and to apologize and say it was a mistake and she was lying and blah, 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 blah. But listening to them talk for so long, you know they clearly had a relationship.
Yes.
And still may have a relationship. He even threatens the person at one point saying bullets may fly and all this kind of stuff. Why is it so hard in today's times for a rapper, masculine rapper, to just say, hey, yeah, I mess around a little bit with men. Or, I didn't know it was a man when I met her, or when I met him, but now that I know him, and he real cool, and he makes me feel good down there. I'm serious. What is stopping them from saying that?
It's the stigma of it. As rappers, you're supposed to be this hardcore person who's into women. You do these videos with women in there with a whole bunch of gyration of the women, and you're hardcore. They feel that if someone knows you're with another man, that's being soft.
But if he was with the other man being pleased, he wasn't soft.
We're not talking about that kind of soft. We're talking about we're saying that it's they're demasculating you. Like, nah, man, in order to be hard, it's all about I need to be with a woman. And that's the misconception that people have or rappers have. I'm not condoning either way. I'm just making a point. But I think that a lot of rappers feel that because they need to be hardcore, that right there, being with another man to them is not being hardcore.
Then why be
Being
with
with
the
a
man?
woman.
Then why be with the man?
I think that's a desire that they want.
Mm.
It could be a desire, but they don't want to go full on with that desire because they feel that it's wrong, but they want to do it. But they don't want nobody else to know they doing it. That's why that down low came out back in the early 90s. Because it's almost like, yes, I'm doing this, but no, I need to be with a woman. Um, this is what life is supposed to be about. We're supposed to be with men and women, and I'm not supposed to be with another man. This cannot be. No, I can't do this. That's why we do it on the down low.
So they're not keeping it real
They're not keeping it real because I think
with the
it's
public.
with the public,
Not saying it's the public's business,
right?
but once it's out there, and the person is so adamant that they aren't, but it's clear to everyone that something transpired
Right, correct.
over and over again, then at that point it seems like they're not keeping it real and they're in denial of themselves.
That's the key word, in denial, because you want to do this, but you don't want to believe that it's really happening, but it is,
You want to do it, and you
and,
want to,
and you don't want
enjoy
other
it,
people to know about
but
it,
and you don't want to see yourself or hear yourself
enjoying
way.
it. Yeah, correct.
Because, oh my goodness, this is a rough one because when I originally saw the pictures of the transgender person he's dealing with, I thought it was a woman. So I said I can clearly see how he could have been tricked. Then I saw the real pictures that weren't touched up and filtered or whatever, and it looks like a little guy in a wig with some makeup on. And in defense of Young Buck, her voice isn't stereotypically transsexual.
Oh my goodness.
Right. It's not that Shanae type voice. I'm glad you said it that way, so now I can put a name to it. But that Shanae type voice or that RuPaul type voice, when you hear him talk, he talk like that. And, I really love Jared, and I want to be with him forever. And it's like a man trying to sound like a woman. That's normally how it comes across, like 90% of the time, 99% of the time. But listening to her speak, or this person speak, it sounded like a woman.
And therefore, hormone pills.
And could have had hormone pills to switch voice, but I think hormone pills may mess the voices up.
No, it really helps the voice either deepen or go higher. I don't know if you follow certain shows that come on TV. We even had documentaries on transgenders and the steps they go through and how they need to go through. And for example, Cher's daughter went through that whole trans. Yeah, but he took pills to deepen his voice and also to grow that beard that he has.
Oh my goodness! I saw Cher's daughter a long time ago. I haven't seen how she looks now.
Yeah, so she's really looking like a male now, and she's married. So it's the whole male thing. I think she went and did the whole operation to become a man.
Okay, so getting back to Buck.
You're speechless, huh? You're speechless.
I'm speechless because he's not the only type of person. In hip hop, we've always had people that appeared gay or appeared bisexual. And sometimes things are right in our faces and we're like, nah, they not like that either.
Like Lil Wayne and Birdman when they kissed on 1-6 Park Place?
That's a perfect example. What, did they kiss on live TV?
Did they?
I don't know, but I saw a picture of them.
They kissed.
Well,
like father and son.
I don't kiss my son in the mouth.
Yeah.
But I guess some people were saying they had like a mafia type connection, like I'm the Godfather, you're the son, we're family, we gonna kiss in the lips. But I don't care who I'm family with. I'm not kissing my own father's lips. You must be out your daggone mind.
Thank you. I ain't get it either.
Straight men dealing with transgender, which people normally label them as being gay. If you're a man dealing with a man, if the other man you're dealing with has no wig, and some will say they're transgender, so they had the surgery and they had the woman parts, they had their male parts transformed to woman parts. That still makes you gay. Do you think that's how it is?
I don't think that's gay. Because gay to me means two people of the same sex together, right? In this fashion, one of the persons is making a change because they want to be another sex so they can be with the man. So they want to be a woman so they can be with a man. Yes, I know what you're about to say, but they was originally a man, but they changed their gender so they can become that person that can be with a man. I figure if you're gay, why would you change your sex? Because you're a man who wants to be with a man. You wouldn't need to change that if that's something you already are. You're changing yourself to a woman because you feel inside for some reason that you should be a woman. Now I think that let's say you change your sex to a woman, and then you date a woman, you're gay.
So if a man is dealing with a woman that used to be a man, does that make him gay?
Now, does this transgender still have all the parts, or they have?
No, transgender. They had the surgery.
They had the surgery.
Right. So they had fake breasts put in. Not. I'm just speaking in layman's terms. They got the breast put in, and they got
all the parts.
Plumbing. They got the
plumbing. All the parts.
Right.
I think we beg to differ with that. I'm not really. I'm thinking because this person has did the whole change, then I don't think that. I think there was deception. I think there's deception because.
Well, what if they know?
Okay, now if the man knows that this has happened,
yes,
and they still pursue that person, I don't think
they still get into a relationship. You're not gonna say who's pursuing whom, but they're in a relationship or a physical relationship.
But you got to understand, the psyche thinks that this is a woman, so therefore he doesn't think he's gay because he feels that now this person is a woman.
I'm talking about you. What do you think?
If we go on what I think, this conversation will be over. But what I think is that he's confused.
The straight, quote unquote, man who's dealing with the transgender is
confused.
Now, why is he confused?
Because he wants both worlds. He wants to see how it feels to be with a man while he's with this transgender woman. Knowing that it's a transgender, he's still going to go ahead with it, still going to go ahead and date the man, woman, or the transgender, if you want to call it. Well, that's what it is. So to me, I think you want both worlds. You want to be able to benefit from both worlds.
I'm so confused.
How are you confused? You're benefiting from a man who used to be a woman, a man who now is a woman. So that means that you're trying to benefit from both.
So, but if the surgery took place, then he's not benefiting from both. He's benefiting from the feminine.
To be honest, you're still a man.
Okay, so that means you would say the confused person is still gay. If he's confused and he wants a male, go ahead and say it. It's all right. No more to this.
You know what? If you think about it, because it's confusing. If the person has went through the whole thing of the surgery, then I guess he is now a full-fledged woman. So therefore, I guess maybe you're not gay. Maybe you're not gay because the person has presented themselves as a woman to you. So this is all you know from them is them being a woman.
So Young Buck is chilling at a carryout. and he walks up to the counter like, "Hey yo, let me get some of the wings right there. Let me get like 4 wings and fries and some of that fried rice. And hey, you, what you want, shorty? Order what you want." And she says, "You so sweet. I'm gonna take. I want a steak and cheese." But whatever she says, she says, "By the way, I have male parts. I still have my penis, but you like my wig, you like my fingernails, you like my high heel shoes, and I provide great oral sex."
Okay, let's stop there.
So what is he if he knows she has all the female parts and he doesn't engage in sex with her?
Okay, you said he still has the male parts.
The transgender still has the male parts.
Okay,
it's really
so
a man in a wig.
So then that's a different story.
So that makes him gay if he accepts oral sex.
Because my thing is, now you know that this woman, transgender, is a man, and you're still going with it, and you're okay with him still having his man parts, and you feel comfortable with that, then I think you are gay.
You get the oral sex with a dude in the wig, and then you can lie and say, "Well, we never had that. She never took her clothes off, so I didn't know it was."
But you knew.
Yeah, they knew. That's like a little.
If he knew all this stuff existed, then he might be undercoverly gay.
All right, thank you. Now let's get to the next part.
I'm scared, y'all. I'm scared.
She had the surgery, so now she has the man-made vagina. And Young Buck still messes with her, knowing that she used to be a man, but now she has a vagina and breasts. What does that make Young Buck then?
Confused. Say no. I think it makes him bi.
But it's not a man anymore, right?
But
DNA-wise, it's a man.
But he already knew this was a man. Okay, to be honest, he took all the steps to stay with her through the surgery.
No, she had surgery before him. Before meeting him.
Okay, this is a different scenario.
No,
right?
it's
the first scenario was with him having all the parts.
It's still a man, but it's in a wig, and I present myself as feminine.
So now
you said he's gay,
right?
Young Buck is gay, messing with a man with a wig and all that. So then you have the second scenario. He meets the same person to carry out, but he meets the same person to carry out, but this person already has surgery. So now this person has breasts and vagina, so it's a woman.
Okay, so
physically.
Did she ever reveal to him that she was a man?
She said she's a woman because she said I used to be, but that's my old life.
Okay, but then he's not.
So I used to be a man, but now I'm a woman.
So
he'll leave me as a woman.
She's a woman now, so she's a full-fledged woman.
Does that make Young Buck gay?
No.
For real?
Mm-mm.
So he's straight to you?
He's straight.
So we would have to get to the third scenario of her presenting herself as a woman and never saying she had the surgery. Because you said Young Buck is straight.
Because
so if a man has sex or relationship with the transgender, you think he's straight?
Yeah, because she's presenting herself as that sex of a woman.
Right.
That's what she's presenting.
She had the surgery back in
right, but she's now a woman though.
Right.
So she's carrying herself as such.
Yes.
So therefore she's a woman.
So my next question.
Oh Lord, help me.
This is my last one.
Okay. I'm ready.
Young Buck breaks up with her. Or she breaks up with Young Buck. Would you date him next?
That's a good question.
I know, that's why I asked.
I don't date celebrities.
Oh. You don't date what kind of celebrities?
I don't date rappers.
What if
I thought that was a good one. I thought that was good. That was good.
Okay, so now his name is Young Chuck. In the same scenario, would you date him after he said, "Yeah, I used to deal with a woman that used to be a man, but she had the surgery and everything. But yeah, we had a relationship for 2 years." Would you date him next?
I'm not sure. I can't really answer that because there's a lot of things that would be factors in that of him as his character as a man. Period.
So he's not straight to you. He's if
I'm
he
not
knew,
saying he's straight.
hold on, if he
I'm
knew,
not saying he's not
if
straight.
he knew that she was transgender, and he dated her, and
But that was his preference.
yeah, and she carries herself as a woman now. She had the surgery. That means you're saying that yes, he's straight, but there's gay residue. That's what you're saying, right? So is it a gay residue thing? Like, I was a little confused now. I'm not sure.
I'm not sure because, well, to be honest, if he was a nice guy or whatever, and he told me that, I don't know if that would change my perception of him by not dating him. But I don't know. That's a question mark. Correct. How do you feel about it? If a woman presented themselves to you in the same way that you just asked me, like if a woman told you she was a transgender, she used to be a man, but now she's a woman, and I mean, she was a nice person, very personable, and everything. Would you not talk to her because the first thing you see is, oh my gosh, he used to be a man. I can't see past he used to be a man. I mean, from your perspective, how would you go about that?
Before I answer that question, I'm going to get to what messed me up and made me want to bring this topic to the table. Because Young Buck is the perfect segue into this topic. But I was on social media and somebody posted 4 different pictures in a meme. And it said, which one is the sexiest, or rank them, and they each had a number on 1 through 4. Rank them in order from prettiest to whatever. And then after 2 days and all these comments, the woman who posted it said, it's interesting that you all like transsexuals or transgender because all 4 of them are transgender. And my mouth fell open because 3 of them look really attractive. Now the other one, the one that didn't look so attractive to me, was also had a womanly look. I was saying, look how easy it is to trick people just by the looks. Not with them talking, because I mentioned earlier, sometimes they open their mouths and it's like, oh my goodness, this is a man right here. But from there, you got videos on YouTube. You also see videos on Instagram of women who are transgender, and you don't know unless it's mentioned. So it's really confusing. So if someone were to get caught out there, be a celebrity or a plain everyday guy, he's in the club or at Young Bucks carryout or 7-Eleven or gas station, and they find somebody attractive, and some of them have the surgeries to where their asses are enhanced. You know what I'm saying? And if they aren't born with big hands, or that big Adam's apple, or real big feet, what if they were a little dude? You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
It's a little small looking dude or a little frail looking dude, and then he got the surgery so his hands aren't real big because naturally he had regular sized hands, so he took out his mother a little bit. Guys would be confused. And I saw another meme of this, and this one was a sketch. Somebody just sketched something out of this man undressing a woman, and she's in bed with her hands over her face, and all she has on is panties, and he has the panties down about 3 or 4 inches, and of course he doesn't have a shirt on or whatever. He's in his underwear, and the meme says, "Oh God, he's gonna beat my ass when my dick flops out." So if someone presents themselves that way and they don't tell, you all right?
Yeah, I'm fine.
If somebody presents themselves that
You have
way,
to say penis. This is supposed to be a PG.
but the meme said dick. He can whip my ass when my dick flops out. I can clearly say that's a violation if the man doesn't know. But sometimes these women are so surgically enhanced or surgically carved up and structured to where you won't know. So it got me to thinking, what if, because my crush back in the day was
Tony Braxton.
with Tony Braxton,
Oh.
and in the late '90s, sometimes it was the thick woman from Total. I'm thinking, what if one of my long-term crushes actually turned out to be a
Transgender.
transgender?
Ooh.
And I'm not
It's
Rihanna.
deep.
Rihanna's not on my list of super sexy women, so she's never been a crush. What if Rihanna was a man
Mm.
that had surgery back when he was 13, 14, 15? This is what if.
Yeah.
How would a man, and of course she's a celebrity and she has all this status and everything, the average man would probably be like, well, fuck it. We've been together this long. Well, she done did all this. I think she a woman. She a woman to everybody else. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
As opposed to some men be like, oh hell no, I don't care how you look at these videos and how sexy you appear in these magazines. Your ass born a man, your ass a man to me. I'm about to kick your ass. So now we can go back to your original question. I could not date a transgender. I could not sexually be with a transgender. I think I've had sex with about 4 or 5 women in my life. What if one of them 5 was a transgender and I never knew? Now I'm not saying, but that made me gay or straight or anything, but I say that facetiously to any man that's listening and may have had a situation where they were with somebody and didn't know it and it came out later. How would they feel about themselves?
These doctors can make anything happen. Have things that you ain't had before, implants, whatever you want to be, whoever you want to be. If you want to be Barbie, they can carve you into looking like Barbie.
That's scary.
It is. But it's the truth.
And especially if a person doesn't let you know, which I understand they're not doing up front. You know what I'm saying? The minute they meet you. But some would tell you up front. I don't know. All that stuff is confusing.
But if somebody tells you up front, you know how many transgender has gotten beat up, been killed, been threatened because of that?
But that's
because
the same with this regular gay men.
yeah, but it's more so of a deception than it is for gay men. When you see a gay man, you know he's a man. When you see a transgender, you're not sure. Sorry, it's the braces, y'all. You're not sure if the person who you see is really the person who you get.
Yeah, but I'm just saying some gay men or men that present themselves as heterosexual will kill or hurt a gay man because they fear that the word will get out about them.
But it's even worse when you find out that the woman you love is a man.
Right.
Because now this is even a worse stigma on you. Now your mind is messed up because you thinking all this time I was dating this woman and it's a man. And then you think that he did this on purpose. It's a whole lot of things that go through people's heads when people deceive them. But my point is, even with gay or transgender men, you're trying to be someone that you're not. You admire women, how women smell, what women do to get themselves together, how we do things, and you really love that, admire that. So you feel that you have to be 10 times better because that's not who you were born. Not who you really are.
No, overdoing it.
You're
overcompensating.
There you go. That's the word. Overcompensating for something that you're not. That's the correct word. Overcompensating. Thank you for that. But yeah, that's what they do, and they feel that they have to do that. If you see an average woman, we don't act like that. Nowhere near that. Think about it.
No, I don't. Y'all don't. I don't know. I'm super confused now.
Well, to me, when you're born, and I'm not saying that, there's people who feel that they were born in the wrong body, that they should have really been a woman, but they were born as a man.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, men and women are totally two different people. How when women operate and how they do things are different than how men operate. Correct?
Correct.
So even if you was born a boy, you're going to think and do boy things. There's things that you pick up along the way that it might intrigue you. Oh, my mother's heels. I like how her heels are. I like the different style of heels she wear. So that intrigues you. Oh, maybe let me try more or whatever. I'm not gonna go all into that.
I used to work with a transgender, and this story is extensive, but I'm gonna tell the short version. But she was a cook or a chef, and when I started working there, I knew something was different. I'm like, something is not quite right
Right.
because the voice was not masculine, not feminine, but she was tall, which you can have a tall woman easily.
Correct.
But she had the Adam's apple, but some women do have the Adam's apples. But she had these
Big hands.
Now she had hands were like sort of on the big side, but since it was a tall person, because tall women have big hands, but her skin around her cheeks, like she had some little shaving issues. And I'm like, wait a minute, is this a man or woman? So about 2 weeks in, I'm confused, but it's none of my business. And then someone told me. It turns out that, and she had the breast too. And what's interesting is her breast, she pulled her breast out one time at work and was quote unquote lactating, but it's not milk, it's actually fluid.
Mm.
But she pulled them out at work and squeezed because when her buttons were being pushed, and she felt like she was being threatened. You ain't no woman, you a man, you a little. She would pull that titty out. You know, you see these right here, these are real. But this is one guy that was like F her, used the F word all the time, and all this kind of stuff. And after working there for 2 years, I found out that the chef would get that guy who used to always bash her would go out to her car, and the chef would suck his
Oh.
penis.
Okay.
He said we can't say dick. The chef would suck his penis in the car. No tinted windows or nothing, but at nighttime you just go there and suck his dick, suck his penis, because you said we can't say dick. She would suck his penis right there in the parking lot of the job, and then come right back and like one would get off and leave, and then the guy who was supposed to be straight would just walk inside. That's like the same Young Buck situation almost, because I'm not gonna say he was in denial, but he presented himself as a straight guy, but all along he's playing around and at the job with the person that he was bashing all the time.
Right. That's he was talking about. Now,
And
this person was right.
Talked about it with venom.
And this person was right.
What, the chef?
Yes.
The chef had the women parts. The chef had a vagina, but they weren't having that kind of sex. He was just
No, but y'all found out that the chef was trans.
we always knew. Well, they always knew that I was a new kid on the block.
Right.
I didn't know that it was trans, but I found out within 2 weeks.
That it was.
So all this stuff I found out about them two in the parking lot was 2 years later.
Okay.
But after 2 weeks, I knew she's had surgery. And then one day she and I were talking, and she just told me the story of her life. And I was like, this is some amazing stuff.
Wow.
But he was, of course, a little boy in Florida, but he never liked girls. And he always felt that he was a girl. And he couldn't figure out why God gave him a dick or gave him a penis. And she said, we can't say dick.
You know what? You keep on saying it, though, even though I told you not to.
He said that when he got around 16 years old, there was this old white man that loved sucking penis.
Okay.
And I'm not gonna Okay. So he said that, she said that the old white man, and she said he was real old, mild, and down from Florida, so she spoke real country. he real old Molly. He was like one of them old crusty white men Molly. He was in this like late 70s, early 80s, but he would pay her. The white man would pay her so the white man could suck his dick.
Penis. Thank you.
So the white man wanted to suck.
We got you.
The black teenager's dick.
Oh, so this is a black person.
Yes. And this old white man would suck his dick.
I got you.
But
penis.
She was accepting blowjobs from this old white man to save up for her surgery.
Oh.
And after a few years, she got enough money. She said he was rich. She got enough money for her surgery, and she skipped town, got that surgery done, then went back to Florida.
Okay.
So she working as a chef and loved to cook with that.
Okay, you know. I got you.
All right.
I got you.
So, and I couldn't. That's not somebody that I could mess with, even if she looked real feminine. That's just not mine.
But she didn't.
She didn't. From a distance, yes. When you get up on them or get up on her and talk,
no,
you know it was something going on.
Got you. And let's say he hasn't done the whole change. Let's say he's still in that middle stage and haven't got the surgery done.
I know a woman like that.
You know, that's
I know a woman that tricked a few people like that. And I'm like, they don't know you are a woman, but she never had big breasts, but she wears this little like shirt, like this little padded shirt, like weighted shirt, so her chest is kind of flat, but she straps on, and she says she always does it in the dark with a strap on.
Yeah, that's too much. I don't know. This right here, this segment is getting too much. I think we need to.
It was cool until we started talking about women fronting like they're men.
Hey.
Like, hey, wait now. What's up with these guys, these strap-ons and stuff? Hey.
Yeah, I'm not with no strap-on and all that
Let's get back to
stuff.
Young Buck and the guy with the wig. We don't want to hear about women with strap-ons.
But we have to be fair with both sides. We can't make it one-sided. So I get that.
No, things are normally one-sided. Things are rarely fair.
Yeah, but our station is going to be fair. We're going to be fair for both sides. Right. You know what I'm saying?
I once messed with a woman that wanted to be
a man,
a lesbian. No, she didn't want to be a man. She wanted to be a lesbian, and she wanted to be a lesbian on my time. Like when we met, she was going in her mind, like she was going through, like, you know what? I really want to be, but she never jumped out there before. But she was attracted to women, and she wanted to be with women exclusively eventually. But she wasn't ready to live her life like that. So she probably walking around here with a strap on or something, or getting strapped on, or getting strapped. And I know some women that try too hard and they really don't know. Because I remember this when I was working in D.C. In the school system, there was a masculine woman or a stud. And she would always try to do manly things, and she didn't really know what she was talking about.
Right.
So sometimes she's like, hey, what's up? What's up, Green? What's up? You want to go shoot some football? They will come out their mouth with some things. But I know some that, hey, that's another topic. Yeah,
that's another topic. We can't go there. Yeah. But my point is, with the transgender thing is, you like what you like. If that's what you like, and if you truly like this woman that's a trans, then like who you want to like. That's your business. Live your best life. I'm gonna go back and forth with you. It's like, live your best life. If you feel that you like transgender and that's who you want to be, that's where you want to be. Be in your truth with that.
So Young Buck just come out.
If that's what he want to do.
No, not if that's what he want to do, because he right here threatening people.
Well, my thing is, there's no need of doing that. You know who it was. You dealt with her. If that's who you want to be with, be who you want to be with.
But another part of this is he was clearly in jail for a few years. Could it be that when he went in jail, he was heterosexual, and due to some jailhouse behavior, he had the quote unquote prison luxury of having a lover inside. And now when he's out, yes, he's still a man and heterosexual. But damn, when I was in prison, I had this little thing, and I was sure like a little taste of that.
That could be a factor right there. That could be a factor.
Which still makes you gay, even though I don't want to put labels. I'm not going to sit there and try. Gay is gay. Or bisexual. That still makes him bisexual.
Right.
But I don't know because
you held that for a long time.
Because I know somebody personally that somebody close to me said, you know, so and so gay, right? And I'm like, nah. They said, you ain't know? I said, no. They said, he never said it to you. I said, hell no. Where'd you get this from? They said, I found out something that about him being gay. I think that he might have been turned out when he went to prison. I said, no, not him.
Wow.
No, it can't be. And she was like, yeah, I think so.
Wow.
I said, nah. So till this day, I don't know. This wasn't but 2 years ago. So I still don't know if he is or he isn't.
Mm.
But anyway,
it's hard to say. I want a man. That's all I can tell you. I want a man. So, Shay on the mic. We out with this. This is basically lies. I don't know how much lyric it is, but it's a lot of lies in this. It's a lot of lies. Okay.
And young bug, she lying. It's like, nah, bug, you the one lying.
It's a whole bunch of lies for a little bit of $2,000. I want to say this before I get off the mic. I'm sure I'm going to need more than $2,000. That's all I'm going to say on that. I'm going to need more than $2,000.
Let me tell you something.
I need more.
That's extortion. Why would you do that?
Hold up. Well, first of all, you shouldn't. If this right here, if you ain't want to be with me, you shouldn't have been with me. I shouldn't have to pull nothing down. You shouldn't be throwing no money out there. No. But since you are, give me $5,000. $5,000.
He or she knew what she or he was getting into. The transgender knew what she was getting into when she dealt with Buck. This is a celebrity.
And Buck did too.
Hold on. This is a celebrity. He's not going his business out there. I know we've been creeping in hotels.
Creep.
And creeping in the back of Samantha's Salami. or whatever the place is called. I'm not going to put his business out there because, he looks out for me. He buys me the carry out and all this kind of stuff. I'm going to tell you straight up, if Angela Bassett ever
here we go.
decides to creep with me. If Angela Bassett
I don't think Mr. Vance is going to like that.
I all respect the Vance. I'm saying if Angela Bassett decides, like if something happened in the future, and she put that Tina Turner wig on, and she said, something.
Rolling.
Something money green.
Rolling.
I don't like it nice and easy.
Rolling on the river.
I like it nice and rough. If she ever did that, I'm not going to out her under any circumstances. TMZ can roll up on me and be like, look, hey, here, Money Green, we hear about you. We give you $50,000 to tell us about your Angela who? She's a great actress. No, I'd never mess with Angela Bassett. I'm keeping my mouth shut. I'm not snitching on it. I'm not selling out for however much money it is. And hopefully she hears this.
I know you want her to hear this. That's why we're out in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.